Hello and welcome to HornbillTV's Prime at 9. I'm Naomi Kikon and these are the headlines. The Supreme Court has agreed to set up an independent committee to probe Prime Minister Narendra Modi's security breach in Firozpur. They will be headed by a former Supreme Court judge. The March Against Armed Forces Special Powers Act kicked off from supermarket in Dimapur at 6 a.m. today. The peaceful and non-violent march was initiated by the like-minded citizens to oppose the extension of the draconian law in Nagaland. In view of this increasing COVID-19 positivity rate, Dimapur has been put under situational level 2, which is under the yellow category. Detained Myanmar State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi was sentenced to another 4 years in prison on Monday, the second round of verdicts against the ousted civilian leader. The Nobel Prize winner was found guilty of multiple charges. Now for the news in details. The March Against AFSPA, the peaceful and non-violent march initiated by the light-minded citizens to oppose the extension of the draconian law in Nagaland, has kicked off from supermarket in Dimapur at 6 a.m. today. The participants holding placards demanding repeal against Armed Forces Special Powers Act from Nagaland and justice for the voting victims. The participants will to march to Bipema today and halt there for a night and continue the march to Kohima tomorrow and submit memorandum to the state governor.
Nagaland Armed Force Special Power Act itu repeal kurule demand kuratu notun nohoy poila pra kurigina ayase kintu aji yade mogan yade Dimapur de itu concerned citizens concerned public kan bra itu ekta itu aspa itu repeal kurule demand kurigina ita yade Dimapur yade supermarket pra suru kurigina ita march to Kohima jaule ayase to muan yade dikan isna moila piche de manu public kan gather kurigina ita tagan itu ita supermarket pra suru kurigina yade 200 public kan opor itu ita tagan march kurigina ita highway te jaya se to tagan aji yade Dimapur pra suru kurigina tagan itu aji rati pipi mate rest kurigina aro continue kurula se Kohima te to mugan dikan isna yade placards kan yade public kan placards kan itu aspa repeal kuru lage hoina itu placards kan bi durigina tagan ita jaya se mutakan ekla noigina maiki kan bi itu sob manu alak jaga pra itu supermarket pra jama kurigina takan ita itu jaya se itu Kohima te jaule to mugan yate yate volunteers kan public kan ase to takan ke bi alop interact kuri sawa to sir apni kan itu aji yate march kuradu exactly apni kan lucky message dibule mun ase
ami kan laga message itu ase apart from EPSA also aspa holibi itu laga tegal nokule oding issue to hole chijo holibi justice deliver dibo lage mohalla bhavane diwa ase
to muan ite hunya nisna ekta volunteers pra ite tagan itu march kura jana itu aspa ekla noingna December 4 aro 5 voting incidents opor debi itu justice dilai wole itu demand kuri ase aro itu aji ere march Kohima de Dimapur pra Kohima de march kura la to itu peaceful march ase aro tagan itu peacefully iku manugange digdar na digna tagan ite march jaya se to ite ada rasta yede national highway tagan yedu highway te jaya se to tagan aji ere pujur 6 a.m. bra tagan suru kurigina ite jaya se to Kohima de kali puchibo to aji laga program to tagan aji yede Dimapur bra jagina itu pepi mati rest kurigina kali Kohima de jagina ro tagan itu Kohima de pucha opor tagan itu memorandum itu aspa repeal kurule memorandum to governor ke submit kuru koina mogan dia jani pasi to itu march kura opor mogan itu update kuri takabo takan march supermarket ra march kuri kena itia yare 4 mile junction de punchi ase to moan dikan snap play cards kan bi duri kena itu aspa du repeal kuru lage koina itu takan march kuri kena itia 4 mile de punchi ase yare volunteers yate aha kan ki bi ta laga bapna ki ase moan itu hudi sawo to yate moan bi so naga flag lagai na bi takan march kuri ase to brother apni alop moigan ke itu march kura la share kuri dibi apni la bapna ki ase.
So like I'm hopeful that AFSPA will be rebuilt, by the central government. This is a fervent cry of the Naga people, and this is the need of the hour. Nagas are becoming restless. Nagas are becoming impatient. So it is must for the government of India to rebuild AFSPA.
Ere march kuri kana pipima de aji rukiwo ina waina khali date 11th January de itu Kohima puchi na takan itu tagala aspa repeal kuru lage la memorandum to government ke governor ke submit kuru koina moan jani paise iniga site akiwi mogala Hornbill TV. Aji mass march te itu publican ekla noina yate mo itu march again aspala de itu bikers kan bi ekilo de a dikhi pa ase to yate RE brothers koina tan itu bikers kan bi ase to ta kan laga opor de bi mon ka khudi sabo itu apni la itu icha tu ki ase apni aji yate participate kura do
mohan la bhavna to le to ekku mohan RE brothers ke Ari brothers ko hina ase mohana club mohange mati she debi no hoy holbi ami khan bi join ki holbi itu AFSPA wado repeal kuru nimde itu draconian law do le itu na hobo ami khan na ghumai lebi na ghumai kine bi itu kam do kurubo itu na hobo mohan hodai press le dikhan isna bi ekta democratic country ase goigina aro Nagaland de itu impose kurule ki kam ase ami khan la bhai sati khan sob muri gina bhoya ase sob ke maribone ge khushi de ha itu na hobo itu nimde itu repeal kurubo lage goigina ami khan itu march itu kure ase itu march kura do simple march ase itu bi no hoy morombra India apni khan Amingange saigina itu do repeal kuribe ituye ase.
The previous week, 54 new COVID-19 cases were reported in the state, out of which 49 were detected in Dimapur with a 100% increase in weekly new cases. In view of this increasing positivity rate, spike in weekly cases, increasing positivity rate among self-tests and random tests, Dimapur is put under situational level 2, which is under the yellow category. This was informed in the weekly bulletin of the state's Integrated Disease Surveillance Program, IDSP, on January 8. Avoiding crowded places, adherence to usage of mask and vaccination is critical to prevent hospitalization and deaths, the IDSP informed. Meanwhile, the Nagaland has administered 13.42 lakh COVID vaccine doses so far. 61% has administered with the first dose and 46% with the second. To tell us more about the various levels of warning or dangers in regard to the health emergency such as the COVID-19 outbreak, we have in the newsroom our senior news analyst, Al Nguli. Thank you, sir, for joining me. And first of all, like we've already seen, Dimapur is now been put under the yellow category. So what is this yellow alert that the government has declared, or what does this indicate, or what is its significance?
Hello, Naomi. Yes, currently the Delhi government, they have also declared what we are reading as yellow alert. Okay. And the government of Nagaland in our state, they have also declared a yellow alert. And yellow alert is a color code for a level of danger, Naomi. There are several color codes within the hierarchy of dangers or urgency. So yellow alert is one of the most primary warning codes in times of war, in times of health emergencies like the COVID pandemic that we are having currently, and in times of severe weather conditions. You may have typhoons, you may have hurricanes, you may have some other country invading us, you may have another set of new viruses coming into the country. So during those times, the government, disaster management authorities, and enforcement agencies besides health institutions, they go through the parameters of each risk, each level of danger according to urgency, and they say, hey, this is red, hey, this is yellow alert. So there are different levels of color codes to refer to a level of danger. So in Nagaland, we have yellow alert, which means the government is primarily saying we have to watch out. The people need to take care now. This is not like a red alert where you shut down everything. Yellow alert is primarily a warning to the people to stay alert, take precautions, wash your hands, wear masks, and don't go into crowded places. Use sanitizers. So that's the warning yellow alert represents, Naomi.
Okay, so in the case of COVID-19, what are the criteria that should be fulfilled, to declare a yellow alert?
Yeah, Naomi, interesting. I'm not really aware of the parameters that the government of Nagaland is using in regard to declaring the situation within a certain level of danger or urgency. But from what I know, from what is going on in Delhi, yellow alert is activated by the government when the prevalence and positivity case reaches or crosses 0.5%, Naomi. And if the daily cases that are declared positive reaches or crosses 1,500 people or cases, or if the number of beds that is occupied by people on oxygenated facilities due to the COVID virus, for instance, if it reaches 500, then it is declared yellow alert, Naomi.
Okay, sir. And what are the other levels of alert in regard to the current situation?
Yeah, hopefully, God blessing, we won't have to really experience the other color codes, because if you really look at the colors, it's really scary considering the situation that is going on. But anyhow, there are about 4 levels of urgency or dangers that any situation can pose. We have already talked about yellow alert. You reach yellow alert if the number of cases or prevalence rate touches or crosses 0.5. So the next is amber alert. Amber alert is not like red alert, but it's a little higher. If the number of cases reaches or crosses 1%, and if the number of daily positive cases within a state reaches or crosses 3,500 cases, or if the number of people on oxygen facilities because of severe symptoms, if the number of such people reaches or crosses 700, then it's called amber alert, Naomi. And the fourth and the fifth, the third and the fourth are the orange and the red alert, Naomi. They are two of the highest levels of danger. So right now, I hope we don't reach that the point of color code, but for information of our viewers, orange is declared when the number of cases reaches or crosses 2% of daily 2% of positive cases, and red alert, it is the highest level of danger that a government can declare in times of war, in times of pandemics, health emergencies, and in times of severe climatic conditions, Naomi. And for red alert, in this context, the positive cases should be or above 5%, Naomi.
Okay, so what happens when certain color warnings are being activated?
Yeah, these color codes are not something that we normally go to the market and pick it up and say, okay, the pandemic has this many cases, so we're going to put in yellow and green and indigo and everything. These color codes are decided by experts, by government agencies who are qualified to study and assess the situation, Naomi. So
Okay.
these cases are taken into account by the health experts, and they are taken to the government, and after which the government will see, oh, we have this many cases, it's increasing, we need to do this and that. So practically, when a color code is activated by the government, they take precautions in accordance, in correspondence with the level of danger posed by the situation. For instance, yellow alert, it is not one of the highest levels in the hierarchy of dangers. It's one of the most primary ones, one of the initial reactions that we can give to a situation. So in yellow alert, the government is telling the people, watch out. So the level is a bit low. So the government will decide, okay, we don't have that many cases right now, but because it's yellow alert, depending on the danger, we will tell some of the shops to close down, or tell them to open at this or that time of the week, or we can close the entire section of this colony and let the other one open. So it's less severe. But in red alert, and we have experienced that for a long time in Nagaland since the pandemic broke out, Naomi, in red alert, the government will take a very severe action. It will tell the restaurants to stop doing business. It will ask the offices to close. It will prohibit the people from going out into the street. So each color code will represent an action that corresponds to the level of danger or urgency. Naomi.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for joining me once again.
Thank you, Naomi.
To the next news, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has termed the killing of 2 men on Sunday as an attack on the Bharatiya Janata Party and has given assurance that the culprits will not be spared. 2 men, including a worker of the Manipur Agriculture Minister, Olukoi, were shot at by unidentified persons at Samuro under Wangkoi police station in Imphal West on Sunday. The 2 injured were rushed to separate hospitals in Imphal, but both succumbed to their injuries, sources said. The gun attack took place near Machu Cinema Hall at Samuro, located along Mayai Lampi Road around 10 p.m. on Sunday, police sources said. The deceased have been identified as one Abujam John and Sashi Kanda. John was rushed to Advanced Hospital, where he succumbed to injuries at about 10:30 p.m. on Sunday night. Sashi Kanda was reported dead at Rajmati City on early Monday, police said. John was an active worker of Agricultural Minister Lokoi, while Sashi Kanda was a Havildar of the IRB. Both are related, sources said. Locals strongly protested against the killing by blocking traffic movement at Mayai Lambi Road. Demanding justice for those who were killed in the incident, a joint action committee was formed in an emergency meeting at a complex of New Yong Sporting Club, Samuro, early Monday. The meeting further resolved to demand that Chief Minister N. Biren Singh should open a police outpost at an area in Samuro municipality and fit CCTVs to prevent crimes in the future. The JSC resolved to launch further action if the fact of the killings are not furnished within 48 hours from 10 a.m. on Monday. Lately, the state has been witnessing several incidents of violence as its assembly elections nears.
Bharatiya Janata Party ki worker attack to hone lo Visham Prajada attack to bol hone na BJP ki supporter workers ne attack kar bane na hui so sumna shanti porpa pamdaba shanti leiba pamdaba dum ba hatba kangu sing ki khud hoigani aduna ai khoi dum de sadana ki mehar pasing du puthok di ba bai wak to bani ain gi ba sab sa ba dan di gani and the whole nation, the whole state, she condemned the way.
The Sadoi Range Students' Union celebrated its 50th anniversary Golden Jubilee with a theme towards New Hope at Sadoi town from January 7 to the 9th with Kaito Aye, Minister for Agriculture and Cooperation as chief guest. Speaking as the team speaker of the celebrations, Pastor of the SPCZ, Dr. Hudon Sumi said, South African leader Nelson Mandela was imprisoned, but his mind couldn't be imprisoned. Sand Bol was imprisoned, but his faith couldn't be. Joseph was imprisoned, but not his faith, and he could later be a governor. But many people, while not imprisoned physically, are imprisoned psychologically, the gathering was told. They were told that the people have been imprisoned by technology.
WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, whatever I will name it, you know it better. In a typical Kelon Crimson in that you shit any. No, Tlema by no Pano Company Lam Langue Mugesha. No ya Talala Conda Bidipung, Facebook Lomavanga, Tipal Kikan, my Facebook Company Lam Langue Mugesha. Coke Modi, Atanapa Mugetono. Yeah. Something has captured your whole life. Something has imprisoned your whole life. Ich bin klasse. In a such alkina, Ganaba such as my Mugunia, it's like him type people. Let them Kuneshani, let them Haptonish and keep him Kokudanishani. Culture. Other location. That you develop with a new modern, postmodern culture layer. The hell comes at Levi. Ebona Kore Kumono Kuchoka Shiva. The hell over you the hell shows I get. This trip the alone over you the hell launching away.
Also, President of the SKK Hudoshe Kids lauded the pioneers of the SRSU and people in concern under whose initiative it could reach this far. He hoped to see people of the SRSU being blessed with more wisdom as they attend Golden Jubilee. Other highlights of the program included unveiling of the Jubilee's commemorative monolith and unfurling of the SRSU's flag by Minister G. Kaito Aye.
Jubilee pini na kilo wogejilo ina ho mato emi kino wecho wana sato ito gujo ki pun khagulu khache ki ga ga phetsana alo kunisi gijlana yuto tunje sase ki egla ni gela aji pesi panin tsinani wogala shege shi an pel ho punu Jubilee pini na ki wecho wa ashkirti ankirti Ashko kumga, nungu kumga. La kaga kaga chiju, apitsaga, anya kaga na shapaya. Jubilee pini la yunchi, mecho we pulana. Ampel hopelane le, ashkirti, ankirti, ashko kumga, nungu kumga, la ushi, pole, meto kukzon. Sa shit pende epi, sim ki pun kagulu, ki kumga kirin betsani, nung kumtishkimti.
As many as 27 militants belonging to various proscribed groups laid down arms before Tripura Police to join mainstream life during the previous year, the Tripura Police's annual press communique said. According to police's annual press communique, apart from that, one militant was killed during a fierce gunfight between the police personnel and extremists at the Manikpur area under Tripura's Talai district. During the year 2021, one extremist has been killed in an encounter under Manikpur PS in Talai district. On the other hand, 9 National Liberation Front of Tripura cadres, 17 NLFT BM cadres and 1 militant of the KYKL extremist group have surrendered, the statement said. They have deposited 4 pistols, 22 pistols, 1 revolver, 1 grenade and some live rounds including rupees 15,14,900 Indian currency and 20,000 Bangladesh currency, the statement added. The police press statement also mentioned how cybercrime has emerged as a new and challenging dimension of crime. That's all we have for now. For more news, keep watching Hornbill TV.